Got everyone? Everyone good to go? Okay. All right, we'll start medical. So one DMP, that would be Ike with the hamstring. Limited guys, Jawan Johnson, ankle. Alvin, ankle. Trevor, ankle. Justin, concussion protocol. Caesar, ankle. Chase Young, calf. Dylan Radoon's toe was a full, and Ridgeway shoulder was a full. So those are our medical points there. And other than that, good day. So open up for questions.
So Chase, what did you make this day?
Yeah, he was able to get out there some. So obviously limited today, but yeah, looked good. Took some obviously steps in the right direction, and so it was fun to see him out there.
What does that mean for Justin Reed? Is he past something, or he still needs to complete the program?
Yeah, he's still going through that process. It's yeah, traditionally it's there's plenty of steps through that process, but he's doing well.
Looks like Young wasn't out there at the very beginning of practice. Is he still kind of incorporating like rehab into what he's doing?
Yeah. He's no concerns there. Obviously, he was just getting ready for practice, and so yeah, a couple different options there for him early in practice, and so he popped in there probably late, right as you guys were the tail end, I would assume. He wasn't there right away, but he's good to go. So.
Did Alvin get hurt in today's practice, or was that something from the game?
Yeah, just a little something, just a little ankle. So nothing concerning. He's fine.
Sorry, just game or practice?
Yeah, just today. Nothing concerning.
Are you optimistic that Chase might be able to make his return this week?
Yeah, I think there's obviously optimism. There's steps through this whole process. You got to see how this thing responds each and every day through each step that he takes. But he's obviously been doing so much work through this whole process, and so today was a really good step in the right direction.
What's that return to play process like for a calf injury like that, or also for somebody like Chase? Like when he were to come back, would that be like on a pitch down kind of thing, to get him kind of acclimated, and what would that look like?
We'll just have to see how the whole week progresses as far as it relates to Sunday. Again, this has been a full process. He's done a ton of work on the back end, behind the scenes for a number of weeks now. And so, it was good to have him out there in a limited role. I thought he did a really good job. And so we'll see how everything responds coming out of this practice and then put him in position to see how tomorrow goes.
It's kind of like the broad overview of Patriots defense and some stuff they did.
Yeah, they're just doing a really good job. I think they're just really detailed. I think they're really sound. They don't give up anything easy in the run game. They make you earn it. They play with tremendous effort, physicality. Their ability to play coverage on the back end. I thought they've done some really good things, and you can see the progress they've made over the course of the season. The last couple of weeks, they've played excellent football.
What do you like about Trey Van?
Really liked him coming out. I thought his ability to play in a number of different phases of the game was really special. He had some at times a couple challenging circumstances at North Carolina, but I thought he was resilient through that whole process. He's got tremendous arm talent that jumped off the tape. I remember watching him. I was in Philly, so we didn't go through a deep dive process with him, but I was really impressed with the film. Thought he was a really good player. His ability to use his legs was obviously a valuable asset for him. You get the sense he's a really smart football player. He can handle a lot of football, and so he's obviously shown really good progress the last year and a half of football.
Is there some part of the progress, like when you looked at tape in the last couple of days, that jumps out to you as some, different from what you saw in the college days?
Yeah, I think just his growth as far as, you can tell, Josh is going to put a lot on the quarterbacks as far as there's a lot of different tools at their disposal, a lot of different adjustments at the line of scrimmage, whether it be run to run, run to pass, all those different things. He handles all that stuff really, really well. And I think his calm demeanor, you can just feel it out on the field as he's gotten more and more comfortable with the league.
With a lot of fast receivers throughout your career, where does Shahid's speed kind of rank in them, and what does that allow you to do as a play caller?
Yeah, it's a great question as far as ranking. I mean, I'm sure there's someone else to debate, but he's as fast as I've ever seen. He's a tremendous football player. His ability to track the football and those deep balls is really special as well. And so, again, I thought he did an excellent job in the game. Obviously, we're striving to find more opportunities to create those explosives, and we'll see how it all goes.
How does a week like that, you build on that? How often what does that week do for you guys and him and to kind of build on?
Yeah, I thought it was a big play in the game. We needed it. Big explosive play, one-play drive. We've been living in these 10, 15-play drive sequences. You can get those done. They're more challenging than short play drives. And so obviously a one play drive is a huge difference maker in the game, and hopefully we can build on it and have more success in similar fashion.
Spencer's like pocket field, just year one and out of college, now like seems like he's gotten a lot better. Like how does someone develop that and like avoid sacks and just get so much better at it all the time?
It's a great question. I think, credit to Spencer. He's put a lot of time and effort into this thing. I think a lot of it, timing and anticipation, understanding where your outlets are, understanding where your issues are, whether it be a protection or a potential concept. There's always stressors in every play. Not every play is designed perfectly. There's always issues that could arise. And I think his ability to recognize those, quickly diagnose them, find the solution, find an outlet, use his legs when he has to. He's done some really good things in that avenue.
So it's like mostly study, feel, knowledge of the game. Like does that increases that stuff that you can improve?
I certainly feel that way. Yeah. I think he's done a really good job this year with that. We've had a couple games where there's been some sacks, but I think those became very obvious passing situation challenges, and so I thought Sunday was a great example. Those guys had a tremendous rush. I thought our tackles did a really, really good job against the Giants, and he was able to find some checkdowns, find some completions, and get the ball out of his hands just in time.
Was that an area you wanted him to improve, or did he just kind of do that on his own?
Yeah, I mean, Spence is a younger quarterback. He's got plenty of growth opportunities as he goes through this. He's done an awesome job through that whole process, and so I feel like he's taken some steps in that in a number of different ways. So he's playing some good football.
Did you notice any difference in the vibe or the mood in the building over the last couple of days since you were able to get win number one? Do you see or feel any difference?
I think Monday, obviously, everyone had some juice, had some energy. We came out of a win. That was good. Kind of got to get back to work in this environment. Wednesdays, you quickly got to move on, and the NFL will humble you very quickly if you don't. And so I think our guys are handling this really well. Wednesdays are kind of grinds for everyone. It's some new materials, a new opponent. You're trying to familiarize yourself, and so everyone's kind of going through that grind phase this time of week. But I thought our guys had great energy the last few days.
What's the next step? I mean, the defense, obviously, with the 5 takeaways, 23 unanswered, all that stuff. What's the next step for this defense to take kind of next week against New England?
Yeah, I think takeaways, huge factor in games. Run game, huge factor in games, and then it comes down to situational football, And so I thought we took a step in the third downs. They were 3 for 10, I believe the Giants were. Now you get into those fourth down situations. Now you get into the red zone, making people get 3 points there. And so, we got some opportunities to take the next step there, and I think we'll be in a great place.
Kelly, you mentioned the tackle play in the game on Sunday. Does it say something about Kelvin that, hardly anybody's even talking about him this year. I mean, he's the number 9 pick in the draft in the first round, and we don't hear a lot of talk about him. I guess that speaks to the performance he's having so far.
Yeah, I think that fits who Kelvin is as a person too. I think he's just steady, he's quiet, he does his work, he's very detailed in what he does. I just thought he had some tremendous sets in that pass rush situations. This past game, I thought, those guys are really good edge rushers. They're top picks for a reason. They've been productive for a reason, and his ability to settle in there, play the game, it was just really clean. I thought Tolly had an excellent game as well. I thought both tackles just had tremendous games, and that's a challenging circumstance, and hopefully we can build on that.
And that's a challenging position to come in as a rookie.
Yep.
Left tackle, blind spot. Is he even surpassed what you all thought, or is it fair to say that, or has he been what you all exactly thought?
We had a lot of confidence coming in. I thought, once you get on the field with these guys, you always draft players, and then you get into these rookie mini camps, and you kind of see, okay, who are these guys truly? And I think the first day we kind of played the game for you guys and played them in all the positions, and then quickly got him over to left tackle, and after that it was pretty easy. So it was pretty obvious this guy's going to be pretty good. So.
You did that.
Is Ike Yadam a candidate for injured reserve, or which one went into Michael Davis' hand?
Yeah, so Ike's navigating this hamstring. We'll see how it progresses. We kind of had the anticipation of being able to work out some guys. Mike Davis, I was in LA with him. Brandon was in LA with him. Awesome player, awesome person. He can do a lot of different things from a defensive and a special teams perspective. And so we felt like adding a corner obviously provides us with some tremendous depth there. When Ike's available and ready to go, we'll be fired up to have him back and get him back in his roles and opportunities. But, I think Mike provides us with great depth in that group. I think, that corner group is getting better and better, and we're building on some really good momentum with that group.
Still relying on a lot of young players. What is the challenge of coaching a young group? They're going to make mistakes. You're going to have to coach through that. How are you managing that?
Yeah, a lot of first-time experiences for some younger players. You know, they have to learn it on the practice field, in the games. You don't want to make the same mistake twice. Tremendous growth, and I think it's all about how these guys just are really resilient and really responding to, you know, when you make a mistake, just keep on moving, just keep on going. And I think we got too many guys that have had great examples of that. You know, this draft class with all these guys. You know, Kelvin has had his moments where, hey, he's missed a block. Okay, he responds really, really well and keeps progressing. Jonas has done a tremendous job. All these other guys, I can go on and on about this group. It's a fun group.
You talked about Taysom's evolving role as he gets more practices under him. Could that role include being the primary backup quarterback?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, he's done it plenty of times in his career. Obviously, he's allocated as a quarterback for our sake, and so he's done a tremendous job. He can play quarterback for us. He's been taking reps in that position, certainly plenty through the last couple of weeks, and so you know, he's definitely available to be a backup quarterback.
When you're making a decision like that, is there any concern when he hasn't practiced? I mean, based on all of the prior history he has at that role, does having only 3 practices, 6 practices, is that a big deal, or?
No, he's done a tremendous job. He put a ton of work behind the scenes through the last few months. I mean, him and Foster, they were ready. They were chomping at the bit last week when they had a chance to finally play, and so they were ready. They'd done so much work on their own, and so I feel like he's progressed really, really well. I think Taysom's hopped in there. He leans on a lot of experience that he has, which he's fortunate to have. He can play quarterback in this league. He can obviously play all the other fun tool pieces that he's done in the past, and so we'll continue to utilize all of it.
So would that make Tyler Shuck inactive?
I don't know. We got 3 quarterbacks. I love all of them, so I'm not going to worry about all that math problems. But yeah, these guys are all developing.
I just wonder, like, because you guys drafted Tyler, obviously, and then for someone to come in off major injury and lead them, because that's essentially about his development.
No, Tyler's doing awesome. We got a good group going on right now.
Anderson was wearing the wristband at practice. Is that just indicative of his role already, like what he did last week, or trying to get him up to speed?
Yeah, no, he has. Yeah, I mean, he's listed as a quarterback. He's got a wristband like the other quarterbacks. So if you call plays, he's got the ability to call him based off the same way that the other 2 guys have done it. And so, yeah, he's done a good job preparing himself.
I don't know if you got asked after the game, you might have about Carl Gregerson sack. I don't want to get you fired. I mean, do you hear from the league on something like that? Or do you all hear?
I mean, we just try and find different educational opportunities for our guys, and so yeah, Grando made a great play. I'm not going to change the way we communicate with him.
Did they say that was a bad call?
I'm not going to get in that. I don't.
No.
Yeah,
Conversation.
I'm good with how Grando played. So
It does have
yeah. Yeah.
It could be a sack.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah, it's a bummer for him just as far as from a statistical standpoint. He's playing tremendous, and so yeah, I feel good with the way he played that play, and he's just going to keep playing that way, and he'll be just fine.
I'm sorry, do you not want to say whether you've heard from the NFL?
Yeah, no, we're not going to go down that road. Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah.
The conversation after the game about Kool-Aid's first interception, should have knocked it down, should have caught it. Is that something that you really care about, or are you just excited to see the guy make a play?
My number one thing is I'm really excited for Kool-Aid. That's his first interception in the NFL. Awesome play. Is there some educational opportunities there as far as situational football? Yes. But Kool-Aid made a great play, obviously in the moment. And so yeah, I'm not going to harp on it too bad for him. Obviously, there is some opportunities there based off of the situations that we can be more aware of. But he made an awesome play.
To assess kind of the red zone, 0 for 3 in the standings, 44%, somewhere around those. But
Yeah.
have you been able to identify anything specifically that's been the trouble point there?
Yeah, the red zone, I got to do a better job there. I think obviously I'm going to spend a lot of the back end of this week really digging into that, and that's as our game plan sequence works. Red zone will fall into the back end of this week, and so I think a lot of it, we're putting ourselves in unfavorable situations because we're not good enough and as far as executing and sequencing plays on first and second down. We're falling ourselves into 2 poor third downs, and so I think a lot of times if you're 3rd and 10 from the 10, you guys can go look up those stats. They're not very good. You're not going to convert a whole lot, and so what we do on first and second down has to be better. I got to sequence them better and put ourselves in better situations.
And when it comes to Blake, do you have to talk to him a lot, or you just kind of let him work through it? Or?
Yeah, we'll touch base. Obviously, we'll have a few conversations, but he's battling through this, and hey, everyone goes through these challenging situations in the NFL. Our job's to help rally him, rally the group, and so I think he's going to respond really, really well. And so I have a lot of confidence in his ability to respond to this.
Beyond the 2 interceptions, I've seen Kool-Aid kind of take a step forward in his last. I mean, he's only I think last week was only his 20th game as a pro.
Yeah. I mean, Kool-Aid's still like you said, he's a young player. He's still got a lot of growth opportunities, just like so many of these other guys. And so he's taken some really good steps. I think having 2 interceptions, being the NFC Defense Player of the Week, there's some confidence I think that comes out of that. And so you can see him with a little bit of that confidence, that swagger coming out of him. I think we obviously think highly of him. We think he's going to be a tremendous corner for us for a long time. And so he's going to continue to progress really well.
So a game like that can do something for a player to kind of build upon it?
Yeah, no question. I think no question. I think anytime you get to experience evidence that supports what you're trying to achieve, that's always positives.
Like Jonas and DeMario had a few plays, even outside the fumble, where they were passing stuff off. And what do you notice from their communication level? What does it say about Jonas being a rookie and being able to communicate with a veteran like DeMario's?
Yeah, having DeMario and Pete inside, those guys are experienced players. They've played a lot of football, and so their ability to communicate is really high level. And so for a guy like Jonas to be able to step up to that level rather quickly and be able to communicate with those guys, handle all the different adjustments that you have to make based off of splits, fronts, the patterns. Sometimes you're passing off, sometimes you're locking, who's carrying. There's so many things that go into it, and a lot of it's verbal, and plenty of it is nonverbal. And so these guys have to spend as much time as they can together, and he's done a really good job.
With the hidden yardage on Kool-Aid's first interception, is that a tricky discussion in that you want him to have confidence in his ability to return the ball?
Yeah. I think great interception, awesome play. We'll educate ourselves as far as try and get all the yards we can out of an interception, and then obviously by situation, if there's clear and obvious and you feel like there's a batting opportunity, obviously we can talk through those sequences. But that'll come up in situational football on Saturday or Friday as we talk through some situations around the league. It's a fun part of the NFL every Friday that we go through all the different things that come up in the league, and as you guys know and follow, there's a million different things we get to talk about every Friday, so it's fun.
You talked about not dropping the ball on the goal line.
Yep, that has come up. Yep, it's come up the last couple weeks in the NFL. So it's created a trend, unfortunately. So we're doing our best to put ourselves in the situation where we don't create that.
Are you amazed that still happens, or not surprised?
I'm kind of not surprised, just because there's so much evidence going back 5, 6, 7 years. I think last year we showed a reel where I can't even tell you 30 snaps of it, across college football and the NFL, just how many times and how many games it impacts. And so it happens all the time. We always just say you got to run through the letters and logos. Whatever the end zone is, there's some sort of letters and logos, get through those, and then after that, do whatever you need to do.
You had that happen as coordinator?
I don't think I have. I think we've been close. Last year, I think Saquon was close, but we were good. So.
When it comes to Drake May, I mean, obviously you work with a ton of QBs, but for someone just trying to kind of break through and establish themselves, how big is a win like he had, Sunday night, in Buffalo against a Super Bowl favorite and whatnot? Like, what can that do for a quarterback?
Yeah, they're progressing really, really well. You can tell their confidence is growing. That's as big of a win as you can have, this time of year. To go play Sunday Night Football at Buffalo and to come out with a win and to play really clean, good football. He's playing really, really well, and so he's going to be a really good quarterback in this league for a long time. He's going to challenge a lot of people. His ability to throw it anywhere you need to, his size, stature, his athletic ability. He's got a lot of tools, and so he's going to get better and better and become a challenge for everyone.
Yeah, what do you end up doing with your game ball on Sunday?
It's at my house. Yeah. It's in my office somewhere. So yeah. No, I don't think so.
You're not quite sure where it is?
It's in my office. It's over on the side. So.
I had one on Spencer, getting back to avoiding sacks and
Yes.
turnovers. Is there an analytical formula or a way that you like to convey how to weigh that against, like if someone says, okay, well, he doesn't average 303 touchdowns per game, but he's very low on sacks and turnovers. How do
How does that fit into the whole formula?
Yeah, no, I think that's very relevant. I think turnover-worthy plays, the negative plays, I think he's done a really good job, and I think it's allowed us to compete in a bunch of different situations because of that. We need to find a little bit more explosive plays. We know that's a goal of ours, and we're pushing for that. But again, he's putting us in positive situations to compete, and so it's a matter of continuing to execute football at a really high level, and we'll keep finding these different opportunities, aggressively take what they give us, and hopefully we get some more of these explosives as we go. But any chance you have to continue to protect the football, keep your team moving, is going to be a really positive thing for quarterbacks.
As far as the field goal operation goes, have you seen anything beyond just Blake's ball striking? Is it more complicated than maybe we're seeing?
I think that's a good question. I think all aspects of it, and it's a group that's working together. You can always get better. I think even the protection part of it. We've had a lot of offensive linemen moving, and so we've got a lot of different offensive line rotations because of the injuries that have occurred on offensive line. So that group's kind of been evolving, and so we do have some opportunities to get better there as a group collectively. And I have confidence our group will respond really, really well.
Thanks, Kellen.
Okay, thanks.